All right, you ready?
Turn the lights on. I can't see.
3, oh. Oh, I forgot. You're an old man.
Oh man, take a look at my knife.
Welcome back to this episode of Geeks-a-Musing. This is Nathan.
And this is Ryan.
And we're down here in the speakeasy tonight, scopping away from them kappas upstairs, and we're going to talk whatever the heck we want to talk about. Basically,
Pretty much.
Today's episode is going to
Never
be
get me
a...
copper.
Nah, you're not going to take me alive, she. It's just going to be a jumbled bunch of topics. We're just going to kind of go over whatever we want to talk about. And probably have a lot of geek news is kind of like what I'm going to kind of focus on. Yeah, we didn't get together last week. Again,
that?
That was my fault because
No, that's not your fault.
No, it is because that
Did
room.
you cause the snow?
No, well, a little bit, but the room where we're recording where I had that water damage. We wanted to get some of the stuff done in there, and it's still got some time before we got.
What does it look like in there?
It doesn't look too much different than when you saw it. We've taken out the top half of the wall where it was at, and I've swept up all the flooring because I was just going to paint the floor in there, but I think we might just put carpet. I don't know. We're trying to figure all that out. Yeah. But enough of that crappiness. Yeah, we got some snow and ice down here in Tennessee this past week, and so
everybody did.
I'm surprised they didn't call for a state of emergency.
Nope, that's gonna be tonight. Yes, can't wait. Government shutdown. Woohoo!
Oh crap! So I haven't seen Ryan in a couple weeks, so we're gonna jump in real quick before he hit some of the news. We're just gonna see what we've been up to. So I'll pass it to Ryan. What have you been up to?
Work and playing.
Work.
I've been playing that that VR thing is amazing.
Yeah, I didn't play as much of it this week as I thought I would, but I played it a little.
I just started playing Battlezone and really playing that, and I did a whole campaign where I basically, those maps.
Mm.
I think it said it was a short map, but I'm like, that wasn't a short map. It was like 32 hexes or whatever like that. Short map would be like 12, I would think.
Have you tried the large one to see?
No, not
yet. I started one large one.
Is
it was
huge?
massive.
Oh, good God, really?
Yeah.
Well, I did the thing where I did it on the easy level or beginner level, where you get every single one of them.
Okay.
Like the next one's like one of the achievements is like go through and not touch any of the towers, just go straight for the target.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I could do that on a more on a higher level.
Yeah.
But basically, what you do is you go through and you find what kind of weaponry you want on your tank. And then you boost it up every chance you get, and then once you have everything you need, just go to the end. Just take out those Nemesis tanks. Those things are
Are they a pain in the butt? I haven't come across those yet.
They're really tough. But I had them like where I was getting them into a corner, and they could only like really stay in the areas that they hadn't touched. They could wander over into your territory, and that's where you want to attack them. Because if you attack them in their territory, not only do you have to worry about the objective that you're there to do, then you have to worry about him as well. But if it's in an area where you've already taken, it's just you and him, and then whatever tanks he brings with him. And I would go through and like take out his little tanks first, and I would just concentrate on him, and I would basically stay on the opposite side of some kind of cover,
kind of just peek it out.
Yeah, and you can see when he starts to charge, and then he fires, but he fires like 6 or 7 bolts at you. But you'll hear him explode on the cover on the opposite side.
Are all the Nemesis the same tanks?
Usually, pretty much,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I haven't come across those yet.
Well, that was on the beginner level. I don't know if they like changed. Like it'd be cool if they had like a Nemesis missile launcher tank or something like that.
What's the longest you've played Battlezone at one sitting?
Oh, I usually would just go. I would just go through and hit like kill it in like 8 of those hexes, and then I would be like, okay, time to take a break.
Well, because I think the longest I played was like 45 minutes. It started to give me a headache.
Really?
And I don't know if you've gotten.
I think it's got. Well, I didn't know you had to go on there and you can set your eye adjustment. You got to set your eyes, and you got to do a thing where like you can get down and like do a camera tracking thing. Because I was having a problem on Battlezone where I was moving forward, and then like I turned my head to look at something, and when I readjust my head, the cockpit wasn't straight forward. It was kind of off to the side, it kept doing that to where like now I'm sitting sideways because my cockpit is facing to my left. I'm like, well, what the hell's wrong with this thing? It just pissed me off.
Once you did the tracking thing, it fixed it.
Yeah, but then I need to get blackout curtains because one of my curtains behind me is where the camera is, and I think that's throwing off. As well. So I gotta get blackout curtains anyway because I sleep during the day because I'm a vampire.
He is a vampire. He only comes out at night.
Gotta get my fangs sharpened.
Yeah, they're pretty long right now. You need to file them suckers down.
Yeah.
What else you been up to, dude?
I just blew off your. I don't want to. I'm not gonna file my fangs. What else? Just I don't know. Not really much. I mean, like I've watched a lot of YouTube.
YouTube's just a perfect time waster.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah.
I find myself sometimes like, oh, let me just check out this one, and then you get the similar videos, and next thing you know, like an hour, 2 hours have gone by, and you're like, what?
I got ones that get on there like I watch our stuff. You know, it's not really watching; it's listening. But I sit there and go, I look at myself and go, look at that hairline, Jesus Christ!
Which you guys will be able to see pretty soon because we're gonna. It might wait till that room gets done, but we're gonna eventually switch over to some video. We're eventually gonna transition.
We got to put a background, like some shells. With some stuff on it.
Yeah, we'll get something worked out in there, and we're eventually gonna transition to where it's not gonna be the podcast online. It'll just go straight to a YouTube video.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And do it that way. Eventually, but not anytime soon.
Get some makeup.
Yeah, we'll have my wife come down. She'll powder us up. We'll look like like the old Renaissance or the. What
bigger rosy cheeks.
Yeah, rosy white face, rosy cheeks. Oh, I say.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Oh man.
We'll look like the Mad Hatter from.
No, I've been watching just usual stuff. Man, there's some stuff like. I watched this one. I like her as a cosplayer, but she's such an attention whore.
What?
I don't want to say her name.
Oh,
because she might see me someday and she might think I'm cute. Right? She's like 23. It'd be like dating my daughter.
Maybe it is your daughter.
No, I don't have any kids. If I do, there's one in Australia.
Yeah, I was gonna say you keep mentioning Australia. If you had one, it's there.
Well, yeah, that's the only time.
Jeez, right, dude.
Jesus, that kid would be. That was in 96. Wait, 95.
Be 20, coming up in 23 years.
Holy crap!
Oh dang, dude.
That'd be crazy if some adult just walked up to me and go, "Hello, you're my dad," and I'd be like, "Oh, that's a horrible Australian accent."
Oh, thank you, me dad. I've got me boomerang here.
And I'd be like, "Cool."
Didgeridoo. You ever notice to do an Australian accent? I've always found inflect up like you're asking a question, like.
There was a guy when we worked at Finian who was like who he came up and he did an Irish accent. He goes, he was like, "You ever notice an Irish always sound like they end everything with a question?"
Mm.
He was like, "Nice day" or something like that. It was like a crazy.
See, that's what I think about Australians too. Whenever I hear that accent,
yeah, they have that pitch at the end where it picks up.
Me and my wife have been watching this thing on Netflix. It's actually in New Zealand, but they're falling around the life flight helicopter crew out of Auckland or something like that, and they use it's a documentary and they follow them around to different accident stuff and they do it. And so I'm listening to them talk.
They had a thing where New Zealand was looking for police officers.
Really?
And I was like,
do it.
Dude, New Zealand would be a beautiful place to.
Oh heck yeah! You go relive Lord of the Rings.
I would. I'd be like, "Oh, no, don't worry about me. I'll be up there in the tower. Any problems? I'll like this bitch."
There's Ryan.
Go, trouble. They come running up. What's wrong? Yeah. My coffee's cold.
Then when I come out there and see you, I can do my favorite line. Ryan, what do your elf eyes see?
Did you see that thing?
Yeah, I did. You put on Facebook.
He goes, "So what did your elf eyes see?" And he rolled a 20. Everything.
I love that part.
I love that stuff. No, that's it. YouTube. Not really Netflix. What did I watch recently on Netflix? I watched Bright, which I thought was really good.
Yeah, I still need to watch.
There's a lot of people having problems with that movie. Because
we talked about the Fat Man and Batman. They talked about that Bright.
Yeah, but they also talk about how like people keep going in. Everyone wants things spelled out for them.
It seems like it, man.
And I'm like, and Bright, it's like you're like, imagine being a time traveler and you're just there. You're like, "Oh, what the hell? There's orcs." Yeah, the coolest thing I saw in that. There's a scene where there's like, I'm not spoiling anything. There's a guy who's got a sword. He seems like a crazy person.
Yeah.
And then you're looking around at the cops and there's centaurs.
Oh,
instead of having like mounted cops, centaur cops.
That's pretty sweet.
I was like, that's badass.
All right, yeah, I gotta watch it this weekend.
It's really good.
Well, let me ask you this: when who was it? What's the other guy on that Fat Man band? Mark Bernardin.
Oh, that's his name.
Bernardin or Bernardin?
I think Bernardin, something like that. I like that
guy. But did you kind of agree with? He didn't really like it, but did you agree with his complaint about it? Where if this was in L.A. where that's how it's always been. Like, he said some of the stuff didn't make sense. He
had a point.
But yeah, I didn't know if you had noticed that. Like, when you watching the movie, were you like, well, that wouldn't really make sense if orcs and all that have always been around. Why? Or Because they said in the movie the orcs are like the lowest of low class.
Yeah,
right?
basically orcs took the place of African Americans in like the 80s or 90s. Well, yeah.
But then he said there's
like
still
80s
like
and 90s,
there's still like your typical gangs out there.
Yeah, kind of.
But
then they still had like Hispanic street gangs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. You still might get that stuff even if they. I don't know.
Then all elves were basically. They were all the rich people.
The high uppity rich.
Yeah,
rich
they were the hierarchy, and humans were somewhere in the middle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta see it because you said they're making it bright too, right?
Yeah, they're making it too. I like the lady who played the elf. She was really cool.
Yeah, I need to watch it this weekend.
There's a scene in there. There was one thing I saw, and I was like, what, really? Because there's a part where you see the city escape. There's a dragon flying. They're going, how the hell's that up there? How are they not extinct? With now, you'd think they were just like dragons. Dragons don't come around. Dragons are not beneficial whatsoever.
No.
Like you would think, like they would just have like Apache helicopters flying around taking dragons out left and right.
Yeah, you would think. God, the heck is a dragon just floating around up there?
That movie was very kind of like. There's a game that was out in RPG back in the day called Shadowrun. It's still around. It was not my favorite. Basically, there was a thing called The Awakening, where like you and me sitting here right now, like the awakening happens, and then like I might turn into an elf. Like I would just like fall over and then become an elf.
Okay.
And then you might say human. You could become an orc or an ogre. You have no idea.
I want to become like a bear person. Bear
person, like a lycanthrope.
Yeah, I'm a bear man, like
bear
the guy
man.
on the Hobbit movie. What was he called?
Oh yeah, the guy with the crazy eyebrows.
Yeah.
I don't remember who that was. Was he in the books?
I don't know. I think so. I read The Hobbit, but it's been so long. It's been so long. I think that character was in there.
I just remember what's her name wasn't in there.
Was not in there?
No, Evangeline Lilly's character, Toriel.
Oh yeah.
She was in the book. They just made her up. But I was
yeah,
like,
and I don't think Legolas was in the Hobbit book either.
Maybe. Oh, what did I watch the other day? I finally watched that recent Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It was on Netflix.
Oh, Dead Men Tell No Tales?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was pretty. I liked the ending, man. The ending was sweet. It wrapped
oh,
up
yeah,
everything.
it did. Big time.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
I was like, whoa, yeah, spoilers. Wayne, what's her name? Come over the horizon, over the hill.
Yep. Swan.
Elizabeth Swan.
Elizabeth
She
Swan.
comes walking up, and I was like, they got her for the movie?
Yeah,
Sweet. And then he ran up and hugged her, and I was like, why aren't you just going to town on your wife right now? You've been at sea for a long time.
Right in front of your son and his girlfriend. Oh, dang. Yeah, I was wondering that, too, as the movie went on.
No, because they were pirates. They know about the ocean and guys being out at sea. They go, okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Go ahead, Dad, get some.
That was... It wasn't the best Pirates movie, but man,
Yeah.
it was way better than On Stranger Tides. That movie sucked.
I don't think
in
I
my
saw
opinion.
that one.
It had Blackbeard. You think I'd like it because it's got
Oh,
Blackbeard.
see, that's where I hadn't seen that one, so a lot of stuff was throwing me out. Like, why was the Black Pearl in a bottle? Shit like that.
Yeah, I think
Because I think that happened in the.
in Stranger Tides, I think that's when it
Yeah,
happened. It's such a bad movie. I don't remember.
I did like the thing about the those guys who were like ghosts. What's with the ghosts and these shows?
They look cool though. They like their hair. Always look like they're floating.
Floating like they're underwater. But there was also like when they crashed and there was explosions and you saw people like getting. There was one guy who like the top of his head was gone.
Yeah,
and like everything else. And I'm like going, holy crap.
yeah. Some of them were just like a couple floating bits. And
Yeah, they were
it.
like, it was like they got obliterated by the explosion,
Yeah.
but there's enough left of them to keep their corporeal forms or whatever like that. That was crazy.
Yeah, and
awesome.
the whole movie they're after
Corporeal? I don't know.
they're after the trident, the legendary Poseidon's trident.
Yeah,
Because that's what what's the son's name? The kid.
Oh, I don't remember. I've had so many movies to get to know.
Because he's trying to find Poseidon's trident to.
Yeah. Speaking of which, hold on.
Yep. I'm gonna have to edit this out. Hang on.
1, 2, 3.
No, I'm just 14 minutes and a half. That's right now. Hello. Hey.
So far, so good. She has a little bit of aggression where toys are concerned, so we're going to test her out with Bear.
Okay. Okay, yeah. If there's anything like that, then don't.
We're recording.
All right. Love you too. Bye. All right. sorry. Yeah, but they're after that trying it because he wants to break the curse so his dad can come home to his mummy so he can watch him do it on the grass.
They're not Scottish.
Oh, that's right, they're British. I say, I want to watch you have sex with me mom.
That's a horrible British accent. Oh, man, what was the thing I was laughing at? The other podcast where my friend called, and he has I have the Dukes of Hazzard ringtone for him. And you started singing the song. I was like going, damn, you can sing. It was funny.
That's the redneck inside of me.
Uh-oh. You got some hayseed in you.
I do. Even though I wasn't born here, but my family is, like my dad's, mom and dad were from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the hills, like deep hills of Tennessee. And then they moved up to Michigan for the auto industry. And then we moved back down here for the auto industry. So go figure. Real quick, I want to mention, I finally got around to seeing a movie that you've been on to me about seeing. It seems like a lot of these podcasts are always
Which
asking,
ones?
"Hey, have you seen
yeah.
it? Guardians of the Galaxy 2." Finally
Yes.
watched it. Good, really good movie. I liked it
good.
a lot. But spoilers if you haven't seen it.
I love the music.
Bummer, yeah. The music was great. But spoilers though, if you haven't seen it, I always hate seeing Kurt Russell as a bad guy.
Oh yeah.
But he played a really good character though.
Yeah, his character was weird because he was like,
He's banging all these different alien
yeah,
chicks.
that was weird.
To find one that he can use basically to reform the universe. Is what
What
he's
was the
trying
one
to
thing
do.
I heard? I liked the idea that Mantis was like standing behind him while he was going over the story, telling him about everything. But she had this kind of like it looked like she was being timid, but you could tell more like she knew what the person they were explaining was getting into because she's been around enough for all these other people to get into that situation. And she knew, like, sooner or later something's gonna happen to that person.
Dude, and Drax. I think Drax was my favorite character in that movie.
I liked his character, but he started laughing way too much. Like, every freaking thing was funny.
He did, but
to him,
his
and I was
humor.
Like, oh my God.
He had such dry humor. It made me laugh most of the time he said something.
Oh yeah. What is it that they don't get? There's something they don't get. They don't understand certain things. Like when he was talking about how like when Rocket said he was gonna put a turd in his shoe, and he goes, you put a turd in my shoe. You put a turd in my bed.
Yeah.
You're gonna, he goes, I'm gonna shave you. He goes, oh, it won't be my turd. He goes, it'll be one of Drax's. And he goes, ha ha ha.
He's like, I have famously
large shirts.
He's got no filter at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I love the part. It's towards the end when all these rocks are falling.
Like he doesn't understand sarcasm. Or
No,
something.
not at all. And a big rock comes in and hits Mantis.
Oh yeah.
And then you have like a 2 or 3 second pause, and then Drax goes, Mantis, watch out or look out, one of the two. And that was one of those things that got me. You know when you laugh initially, and then you get the giggles for like 30 seconds after because you keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that got me. So
Did you watch SpiderMan?
No, not yet. We were gonna watch it that one night.
I thought you were. Damn.
No, we ended up watching. I think we
Damn
just went to YouTube. No, I haven't watched it. I will though.
I wanted to talk about the ending.
Well, I already know the ending in it. So
What part?
Well, it depends on what part of the ending you're talking about. I know that spoilers. If you haven't
Spoilers
seen it,
for
I haven't
Spider-Man,
seen it yet,
yeah.
but I did hear. I have heard spoiler reviews of it, but
Like what?
well, I do. Peter Parker captures what was the bad guy's name?
The Vulture.
The Vulture, and I know Vulture knows that Parker's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna rat on him.
Yeah.
Is there like a post-credit thing you're talking about?
No, that's one of the post-credit scenes where he's in prison, and one of the guys comes up to him who I think is supposed to play the Scorpion eventually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he goes up and he goes, yeah, we heard you know who Spider-Man is, and something like that. And he goes, hey, if I knew who he was, he'd be dead already.
Oh, okay.
So he's covering for him because he saves his life.
Yeah, because it ends up the Is it
there's a scene, but I don't want to spoil it. But it's where Spider-Man comes home after running around.
Has he got like a?
No, man, don't make me spoil it.
All right, we'll talk about the spoiler next after I watch it. Whatever it is, he comes. Is it?
Okay, it's just
Yeah, just tell me.
it's just a real quick scene, but it's part he gets on. He's Spider-Man. He takes off his hood, and he's standing there like job well done. And then behind him, his bedroom door's open, and Aunt May's standing there, and she goes, "What the fuck?" And then it cuts to credits. It's awesome, man. Every time I watch that part, gets me every single time.
So that's her first time realizing that Parker is.
Yeah, she realizes who's Spider-Man.
Oh.
But she's like, "What the fuck?" Because she's gonna be she's going to be pissed because she's going to find out. Aunt May's going to get everything she can out of him. She's going to know where he got the suit and everything.
Yep.
She's going to be mad.
And then she's going to go date Tony Stark.
Yep. Dude, that woman's... who is that again?
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, that's an attractive woman.
Does she play... But I think, from what I understand, she plays her character from My Cousin Vinny, correct?
No, she's also kind of like... In the movie, there's a part where they're at this Chinese restaurant, and then her and Peter are sitting there eating, and then the guy walks up, and he's like this... guy works there, and he goes, here you go, it's on the house. And she goes, oh, that's nice of you. And then... The guy's like checking her out, and Peter's sitting there like, what the hell, man? That's my aunt. But she doesn't understand that's why she's getting stuff for free.
Oh.
She's oblivious to her attractiveness.
What?
Which is what that you'll very rarely will you find that.
I was just getting ready to say,
most girls who know they're attractive use it to use it to their ability, best of the ability. Yeah, the very rare ones are like a girl you might have known like 7th, 8th grade who was like buck-toothed or whatever like that.
I was just thinking that, one who...
And then, they get into high school, and then, they get contacts instead of glasses, and, they have braces, and they get the braces off. Yeah. And then they're attractive, but they never saw themselves as that way. They've never changed. In their eyes, they've never changed. But everyone else is like, oh, my God. Have you seen what? Have you seen Cynthia?
What?
I just use the name Cynthia. I don't know any Cynthias.
No, yes, you do. Remember? She's that one girl... No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I was like, huh? Do I know a Cynthia?
I know. Ryan's giving me this look like, whoa? What?
I don't know any Cynthias.
But other than that, that's all I've been up to.
Yeah,
Is that it for you? Well, let's hop into some geek news, or as I'm calling it, Geeks-a-Newsing.
Oh, my God. Lame,
yeah, get ready, folks. That's going to be...
Geeks-a-Newsing?
Geeks-a-Newsing. That's going to be the top... That's going to be the
headline. And then what happens when we're sleeping? Are we Geeks-a-Snoozing?
We are! Yes! Geeks-a-Snoozing. Geeks...
When we're hitting each other, Geeks-abusing.
Yeah, Geeks-abusing. Perfect. Oh, look at this. Trademark Geeks-amusing. We trademark all these. Trademark.
This is all ours.
2018.
It's recorded.
Yeah, TM.
2018.
All right, what's some geek news you want to talk about?
What's another one? I'm trying to think of one.
Geeks
after our beating each other up, then we're Geeks-a-bruising. Oh man.
Let's keep it going, man. Come on.
Okay.
Geeks what? Come on. Oh, you want to go on?
Oh wait.
Okay.
I was trying to think of one for alcohol.
Geeks-a-boozing.
Geeks-a-boozing.
Which is what we're going to be doing later, right?
Yeah. I didn't bring alcohol.
No, he brought some energy drinks though. You always bring no joke. It looks like you bring a case of energy drinks every time you come over, and then it seems like you leave with a case of it. It's like I only ever see you drink maybe one or two,
but then
or you pound the rest on your way home.
Well, you have this. I have my Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, is that your Baja Blast?
No, what is Baja Blast? No, this is
No. Oh, I thought you got Baja Blast.
No, I've been getting the Kickstart because I like the orange.
Did you see that new drink? It was called
There's a Baja or no, not there's a lemonade one.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Is it any good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I haven't tried it.
It has a hint of cactus though.
Of cactus?
Like cactus juice. It's got a little hint of cactus juice.
I have no idea what that tastes like.
Man, the other day my aunt was making I think she was making scones because for her British shows that she likes to watch. Jesus.
This much could make these scones, yeah. I should make that.
Scones and tea. Chip Cheerio. But they had she had, what was it? Like chocolate chips, but they were sea salt caramel. And I was like, I had like two or three of them, and I was like, I want to buy 3 bags of that and just go, I just
that was that stuff
pour
you
them
said.
into my mouth.
Oh, you didn't pour it in your mouth though. Remember, that's not what you said. You didn't say you poured it in your mouth.
I poured them down my pants, let them melt, and I was like, yeah, and I was moving my hips around like I am now. Good thing there's no camera on me.
Yeah, Ryan's gyrating back and forth. But no, he sent me a text after he said it. What did you say in your text?
I don't know. Hold on, I'll look it up.
So I get this text out of the blues about something about caramel or caramel. How do you say it? Caramel or caramel?
I say caramel because I'm from all over the place.
Some
people around here probably say caramel.
Caramel. I'm going to get some of that caramel.
And you would spell that CARMEL because they don't know. They don't believe in another A in there.
I like caramel.
Oh, that's it. I said I just had sea salt caramel. I was like losing my virginity all over again. And you said, now your junk is all sticky from caramel. And I said, not like that.
And then you went, let me
And then I went,
try
oh,
that.
let me try that. Then I went,
Yeah, then you sent me another
oh
text.
man, I wrote down. I did an update on the list.
You did
Let me do this real quick.
All right.
Number 1, TV. And I've been Saturday morning cartoons, shows, and then this got me the other day.
You've got topics and subtopics.
Music intros. You ever notice certain music intros suck compared to what they were in the 80s?
Dude, yeah, I used to remember all these 80s and 90s cartoon intros.
The other day, because is it Hippie Radio? Because every now and then they'll play like an intro to a TV show. They played SWAT. I forgot how fucking badass that intro was. It goes, and you got that cool bass in the guitar in the background. Oh, it's so 70s, but it's badass. Because you're like going, oh man, now I want to drive fast. And then I have number 2, Supernatural, but I have Monsters and Ghosts.
Right.
I found a girl on YouTube you might want to watch because she does a lot of what's her name?
Haunted stuff.
Mistress McCobb, something like that. But she does a lot of stories, and she does things about cryptoids. She did one about the night crawlers. Remember those? The little white things with the legs that walked.
Oh, those things! They have that video they got up there.
Yeah, she posts both those videos.
That original one was weird as crap.
Exactly, I like the little one that comes out. But I was reading the comments, and I was going, "Oh, the little one's so cute," and I was going, "You don't know what powers that thing has."
It could liquefy your insides.
You could be walking and go, "Oh, that's adorable," when you just explode. But you explode in slow motion where you feel every bit.
Yeah.
It's like in 1/1000th frame. You're just going,
exactly.
As you're slowly ripping
it's like you took some slow-mo and then you explode.
Yeah, it would be weird, though, if you took some slow-mo and exploded. But to you, it would be 2 minutes. But in real life, it's a half a second.
Yeah, instantaneous.
Okay, number 3, I have comic book movies. Number 4, I'm so surprised we haven't gone over this. Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games.
Yeah.
Number 5, sci-fi, aliens, Terminators, and other worldly things. Number 6, movies, 80s, 90s, and odds.
Thoughts, yeah.
I always wanted to say thousands, but it sounds weird. 7, this is one you could probably do and then get rid of. Some of these you can actually keep.
Yeah, you could.
And just hit them every now and then. But number 7 is jobs, your best and worst. Because I think job stories are funny, because it's funny what people have done. Mm-hmm. Cars, that was from Paul. Cars.
Oh, yeah,
famous
that's right.
Cars.
Yeah, you wanted to get into it, that episode.
Let's see. Number 9, tabletop classic board games, but I spell board how I always spell board games. B-O-R-E-D, because board games are fucking boring.
What about Clue?
There's no imagination in board games.
But Clue, remember, it's the butler did it with the candlestick in the library.
The best way to play Clue is just to kill everyone else, and then you're the winner, and you're also the murderer.
I win.
I win. You're all dead. 10 is trailers, because trailers can be all
trailer parks.
Yeah, trailer parks. Only time I lived in a trailer park was not the trailer park like everyone else. Everyone imagines. It was a trailer park, but it was it was right outside of.
Please tell me it was somewhere out west in the desert.
Was it where? No. Oh, that'd be awesome. And there was Tremors one day. That's right. Graboids.
Got that right.
Oh my God, I can't remember what was it called. It was in Texas.
Oh, but it was not. It was in the green part of Texas, not the deserty part of Texas.
No, it was oh my God, I can't remember the name of the stupid city. I want to say Destin, but that's not it. That's Florida, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was an area where there was a bunch of colleges out there, so it was all college kids that lived in this trailer. And there was an open area in the middle where they used to have bonfires on the weekends, and we would just go out there and drink and have a blast. That was it for trailers, but this is actually movie trailers, which I need to specify now because you messed it up. Number 11, Star Trek. That's a throwaway episode. And number 12, music, 90s and odds, since we already did 80s. The one, man, I think we should touch up on 80s again next time.
80s music?
80s music.
Oh, heck yeah, man. There's still so much more we could have talked about.
Oh, because we didn't get into the thing where we could play snippets and stuff like that. I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, we'll do that next time.
Okay, that's all I got for the new list.
Let's hit up some geek news.
I have 12 ciders now instead of because we don't have 20. We don't have 20 anymore.
Yeah, you did. You condensed
we
them.
used them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go first on news?
Yeah, I had something.
Where's your paper?
It's right here, my friend.
No.
It's called my gray matter, my brain.
My gray matter's got holes in it. So like somebody took a hole puncher to it.
No, actually, it was on my phone.
Stupid.
Shut up. There was one. Dang it, I had it. I lost it.
See, you lost it already. I wrote everything down.
Yeah, no, dang it, I was going to print it out. I know I have one initially I was wanting to talk about. I was reading up on the whole. I was hearing. I think I may have heard it on Fat Man and Batman. Yeah, you probably. I think it was the episode you listened to where they talked about the rumors of Apple buying Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Now I did look that up, and they were saying.
I'm not sure how that's going to play out.
Well, they were saying more than likely they might not do that. They actually might not acquire it now, but they were saying like how they're going to have $350 billion extra dollars.
Oh yeah.
That they're going to infuse back into the American economy.
Yeah, okay.
So, well, they are.
Nah, it's not going. It's not going to the economy. It's going in some people's pockets. This is where it's going.
No, they're getting like 20,000 jobs, and they're gonna buy.
Okay.
Ryan's a communist, anyway.
I'm not a communist. I just know how corporations work.
Well, yeah, but they are gonna. And not all of it's gonna.
I'll
go
give
to
you
the
an example of how corporations work. My company, for every guard we have on site, gets $35 per guard. How much of that $35 do you think I see?
Well, it's America, like all of it.
You'd think so.
Just kidding.
I get out of $35. I'm the one who does all the fucking work. Why am I not getting 75% of that take and then the 25% going to the company? That's how it should be. I do all the goddamn work.
I don't know how that works.
All right, that's my rant of what work.
Well, anyway,
sucks.
There's gonna be billions that are gonna float around and create things and buy things. So they were talking about they might acquire Netflix. Now, like I said, I heard earlier, before we got on, that they actually might not. But what would be the benefits?
Did you know your Netflix monthly went up?
I thought I heard something.
The pay went up. How much you owe? Just a little bit.
Was it a couple bucks?
Yeah, I don't even think it was a couple. Hold on, let me look. Because I know it went from 10 something to. See how nice and tidy I am?
Yeah.
Netflix it went up to 1203.
1203?
Yeah. It only went up like $1.
Oh, okay. That's how they get you, though.
That's how they get you.
They're like, it's just $1.
Well, that was the thing, because I was afraid if they were going to get Netflix, because they'd be like going, oh, we're gonna start raising the prices on how much it costs a month.
I wondered that too. I was like, okay, let's just say Apple,
like $12, we can get $65 a month.
Yeah, if Apple were to buy
Netflix,
because I'm one of those people that Apple makes a good product, like their smartphones and their tablets and all that, but they forced you to use all their crap. Like
not only that, but none of their crap is original. They get all their shit from the what do you call them?
Japan.
Well, obviously, but they get their stuff from the Samsung and stuff. Not Samsung. Who is this?
Android?
Galaxy. The Androids.
Because
okay. Android will come out with stuff first, and then Apple go, "Hey, look what we got! You can draw on a thing." I could do that 2 years ago on my.
What sucks about the thing that got me away from, because I had an iPod Touch, back when they first come out, but then once I couldn't upgrade the memory, I couldn't add an SD card in it.
I'm staticky.
And you could only upload things to the Apple, to the iTunes and crap like that. I was just extremely limited in what I could do. And for Apple products, you got to buy the Apple chargers. You can't just buy a micro USB charger that every other freaking phone in the world uses. So in my head, I'm like, crap. If they were to buy Netflix, what kind of stupid changes?
They nickel and dime you.
But
they'd nickel and dime that too. They'd be going, oh, you like action movies? It's $5 a year for action movies. What?
Or it could be good. They could interface it to where it's
I think
awesome.
Netflix is fine the way they are. The content they're coming out with is really good stuff.
But also too, we got to start thinking that eventually all the Marvel and Disney stuff will be off of Netflix, because Disney's doing their own.
Oh, are they doing their own?
Yeah, they're going to start that up.
I'm getting that.
It's just kind of, for me, it depends on how much it costs and what. Like, if they have all of, if Disney brings it out, their streaming service, and they have every single movie, every animated movie they've ever done, every Star Wars, they own Fox now, so all the Simpsons, Futurama, all that crap. If it's all on there all the time, then yeah, I might do it. Because you know how Netflix things will be on there for a while, and then it'll go off, and new things will come on. And
Yeah, the thing I used to like on Netflix is when they would have something on there, but if it was going to go, they'd tell you how many days you have until it was
yeah,
gonna
and they
go.
took that
I
away,
liked
didn't
that,
they?
yeah. Because I used to go through and I had like a big long list, like my list or whatever,
Yeah,
and I would go through and go, oh crap, I have to watch this in like 3 days or
yeah, because
it's
it's
going
about
to be
to go
gone.
off. Yeah. But I don't know. I was just kind of wanting to get your idea on that. If you thought that would be beneficial or not.
I don't trust big corporations.
You
Obviously.
don't trust the big box stores?
Who's big box stores?
Well, like big corporations like Walmart, not like, but like big corporations like that, like Target, like Target.
Hey, all you employees, keep working hard. Are we going to give you a raise? No. Although I think they did recently.
Did they?
Yeah, but it was like a small bump, and then they gave him a small bump in pay, but then they like gave him much more restrictions.
Oh.
Jesus! Why don't you just put slave collars on their necks, and then when they walk outside, if they go past the beeper, let's go ahead and make this like Total Recall.
Oh yeah. What was the line from Total Recall? Perimeter deactivated. Perimeter deactivated. The guy goes running. He's like, "Let's go! Come on!" What was that dude's name? They
I
yell
don't
at him.
remember because they were yelling his
They're
name.
like Rodrigo or whatever his name was. Rico.
Rodriguez, something like that. He's like,
Oh.
and he goes, and his body just goes.
It falls down, and then literally 2 seconds later, they shoot the guy. They conveniently after his head blows up.
Oh yeah.
Then they kill the guy.
Yeah,
and they leave.
because it was like, oh, this is what happens if you know, it's that thing in movies.
So what I'm trying to say is because that was a Latino guy, they were racist. They wanted him to die. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he was trying to get across the border.
He was. Perimeter deactivated. It's not down yet. Let's go. That's a good movie.
Well, because it wasn't it? It was blinking back and forth.
Yeah, it kept swinging back and forth.
Then it locked on the or it was activated. Then he went across and got blown up.
And then the theme song hits. Ba da 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 da. No wait, that's RoboCop.
That's RoboCop. I was about to say. Because I was like, wait, hold on a second. Did they use the same thing for Total Recall?
Hey, but they did use what's his name from Family Feud?
Oh, Richard Dawson.
Yeah, Richard Dawson.
Man, that guy, man, you want to talk about nowadays where guys are getting busted for touching women? that guy would be going down.
Yeah, he would.
And not in a good way.
Yeah. All right, what's some news on your end, sir?
Marvel movies. There was a picture they put up of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh yeah, I saw that you.
See
I saw you
picture?
post that. Yeah.
It looks cool, man. But
It does.
when I saw that, I was like, out of all those Marvel movies, I really do like Ant-Man because it's more of like, it's kind of like the Punisher and stuff like that, where it's street level. Ant-Man's, he kind of goes into that superhero territory, but he is kind of street level, where he's just a thief who can shrink basically. But like, you know, he is a hero. But they what they got for it's coming out in 2018. Oh, that's this year.
Is it called Ant-Man and
yeah, it's
Wasp?
called Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. And
Yeah.
the Wasp is what's
Evangeline Lilly. She's going to be the Wasp.
yeah, she was.
Remember at the end after credits, Michael Douglas walks her in there and he goes, well, your mom and I were working on this.
Yeah, that's right. I've only seen that movie once. So.
Then they picked it up and she's standing there and she's got that like the smile on her face and she goes, it's about time. And we're going, yeah, there you go, for Marvel female hero. Yeah, you could say Black Widow as a hero, but she's kind of dwarfed by all the other guys that are in the Avengers.
Her and Hawkeye, they don't really have superpowers. They just got
Well, Hawkeye's actually
he's got super aim, I guess.
Yeah, he's got something that has to do with his eyes, and then his aiming ability. Like the part where he doesn't even look and he fires an arrow. And
that's true. Dude. He's got super powered eyes.
They've been doing that a lot in movies recently. It's starting to get annoying. The
no look shot,
no look kills. Yeah, because they did it in Star Wars with Han Solo a couple times. Like going, really, Han's that badass that he can start shooting. He doesn't have to look to shoot stormtroopers now.
Obviously, yeah.
Why don't you just stay inside and poke your gun out the door and just start firing randomly? Who do we got? We got Paul Rudd is Scott Lang. Evangeline Lilly's Hope Van Dyne. I didn't know that was her name. I had to look it up. Michael Douglas is Dr. Hank Pym. And Michelle Pfeiffer is going to be in the movie, but I don't know who she's playing. I put down in parentheses possibly the original Wasp.
I was just going to say that because they never said she died. They just said she kept shrinking.
There is a part though when he goes in between the molecules to get into the dude's suit and he wrecks it.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
The yellow dude.
Yeah,
Yellow Jacket.
Yellow Jacket. Yeah. But he gets in there, and there's a part where like you see it for you have to kind of look for it because I've watched it a number of times, but there's a part where he's shrinking down, and you see a shadow on his helmet, and it's a feminine form with wings, just real.
Oh, really?
Real split second, like she's there, she's still there. Oh. And I was like, oh, that's cool, but he obviously he's kind of like half out of it, so he probably didn't see her when he was in there. But
well, here's my thing. Like,
it'd be cool if she did come back and she was the
what did she eat or drink to sustain herself?
Oh, I know. She'd be. Well, I don't know. Maybe when you're in like a pocket dimension, you don't have to eat her.
Well, maybe they'll explain it away.
Maybe you're so small it doesn't matter anymore.
It could be.
Or she was just eating DNA. I don't know.
Well, if they
DNA
do,
would be huge.
Yeah, if Michelle Pfeiffer is the original Wasp, and they somehow bring her back, I want that explained. I want somebody to say, "What did you eat or drink?" Like, it's been how many years?
Oh, they would pass over it. I think it happened because they were on a missile, so it had to be like maybe the late '80s, maybe early. I don't know, sometime in the '80s. Because I think what's her name was a little girl when her mom.
Yeah, it would have been sometime in the 80s.
He explained she died in a plane crash or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man, that's all I have for Marvel movies, but I'm looking forward to that one. There's no other ones coming out. I mean, I still want to see Thor, but that's coming out on.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok.
That's coming out.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that.
I ordered Blade Runner, the new one, so that should be here like tomorrow. I'm not here, but my house. And then I went ahead and pre-ordered Last Jedi on Steelbook.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yes, I did. We're going to talk about some Last Jedi stuff because I'm fucking pissed at these so-called fans.
Yeah, we're going to get into that here. Actually, was that your last topic?
Yeah, that was my Marvel movies.
Okay,
I got a lot more stuff.
The Last Jedi, is that going to be your last one?
I can actually get that out of the way if you want me to.
Well, I was going to say, that might be a good one to end on, so if you want to go through your other stuff.
Really? You want me to end on a negative?
Well,
because I'm going to rip the shit out of some people.
Well, because I'm wondering, because right now we're at 42 minutes. So
okay.
I didn't know if you wanted, if you want to go into it right now, we can.
I'm going to try to go through a lot of the stuff like real fast.
Or do a couple, and then we'll hit it. Do a couple other news stories.
Okay. Well, recently,
this just in.
I didn't get her name. I didn't look it up. Lead singer of the Cranberries passed away.
Yeah.
She's 46 years old, which is a year older than me, which kind of puts things in perspective sometimes. But then I'm kind of like whatever.
What is she? I never did read what she did.
I don't really know. I did hear something had to do with kidneys, like kidney shutdown or something like that.
Oh.
Like probably from. I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess because I'm not gonna throw something on something I don't know about.
Well, let's just start throwing out some stuff. I say she died from bee stings.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
She's not Macaulay Culkin. In that movie, what was that movie? My Girl?
Stand By Me.
That was My Girl.
Yeah, My Girl.
Stand By Me. He wasn't in that movie. There's a lot of people in Stand By Me you never would have thought you'd see in that movie.
What do you mean? You know, the kids?
Other actors that are like some smaller time actors that were not in a lot of stuff, but you see me go, oh, that's what's his name from so and so, like Casey Simasco or I don't remember his last name. I want to say Simasco, the guy who played Charlie in Young Guns. He was in that. He was one of the guys who found the body. He was one of the kids.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and then they were trying to hide it from what's his face, Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what his character's name was.
It was a snake or something. Snake or Spike or whatever.
It was one of those 50s.
One of those typical names.
Yeah.
But story about the Cranberries. I think we were in the Philippines when I was in the Navy, and there was a band there was like a cover band playing up on stage. I guess some local kids that were like up there playing. But I remember because I'm wearing a shirt.
Yeah, you are.
The white zombie shirt. And I was I stood up. We'd been drinking, and I stood up and I go, play some zombie. I'm thinking I'm in my head I'm saying white zombie.
Yeah.
Play some white zombie. But I was saying play some zombie, and they're looking at each other like, okay. They kind of shrug, and then they turn and they start playing. It's the Cranberries Zombie, and I go, no. Oh, okay, whatever. That's a good song. But I have a friend. Oh my God, Susie, a friend of mine, Susie. She would do karaoke, but she would sing Cranberry stuff. But she can do the voice. She can do that lady's voice. She had a very distinct singing the lead singer of the Cranberries.
What that song "Zombie" you're talking about? Is that the one that? Is that the one that goes zombie?
Yeah, that
zombie.
one. Yeah, that one, and
Yeah,
there's a bunch of other songs. I don't know.
That's
I
the only
don't
one
know
I can
the
think
song.
of at the moment from the Cranberries.
Oh man, but it's,
Well, rest in
that
peace.
sucks that she passed away.
Yeah, 40, like you said, 46. That's young too, man.
It is young. 1 year older than
46 years young.
me. I think, man, there's something scared me today on because they've had a thing of Betty White.
Oh,
And I was like, what? No, Betty White can't die. She got another birthday. Jesus, she just keeps going, man.
oh. Well, now that you said that, reminds me. I was looking on my horror website. I frequent a lot, arrowinthehead.com.
Yeah.
And they had an article up there. It was Rotten Tomatoes, I think, was it a tweet out that said John Carpenter would have been 70 years old today, and so they're gonna go over some of his favorite movies. And then John Carpenter tweeted, he's like, I'm not, he basically said, "I'm not dead, guys."
I was about to say John Carpenter.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, wait, when did John Carpenter pass
When did
away?
that happen? Let's see what I got. I talked about this, so this is out. And I talked about this. You have anything, or are you just going off of me?
No, I got a couple things real quick. I wanted to ask you what you thought about the. Do you know who that director Denis Villeneuve? That
doesn't sound familiar.
He did the movie. If I can see it off the top of my head, it was the. For Pete's sake, where's it at? Oh, he just did the Blade Runner sequel.
Oh, okay.
24, and I think he also did that Alien movie. Oh, dang it! What is it?
Alien, maybe.
The one with Jeremy Renner, and the alien ships land, and they're trying to make.
Arrival?
Arrival, yeah, I think he
Yeah.
did that movie too. But he passed up an offer to do a Star Wars movie because he wants to do a remake of Dune.
Oh yeah, I already heard about that.
I wanted to get your take on that. I've never seen the original Dune.
I have that. I'll let you watch it sometime. Because I have that, and I have the TV version that came out many years ago. Because I have both copies of Dune, but I don't watch them. I just have them, just to have them. It's one of those things. You're like, I got that movie, never watched it. I never watched the TV one. The original one I remember big time in the 80s because we had a board game that we used to play that was Dune. We also had the E.T. board game as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then there was a part in there where I remember Sting was in there because he has a big knife fight scene with the main character. That Peter dude. Is that his name, Peter? I want to say that's his name.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The actor. But yeah, I mean, I saw it way back when. But I mean, like a new one coming out. I mean, Dune's popular for a bunch of nerds and geeks. But I mean, like,
isn't Dune supposed to be this
really
epic book?
Oh yeah, it's a huge book. It's one of those ones where it has like you can really go into like the background and the politics and everything else that's in that world or whatever, those worlds. So it's one of those books where you're like, well, man, I can really you can really sink yourself into this.
It seems like he might be suited for that too, because visually, The Arrival was visually a really good movie, and the Blade Runner 2049 looks like I've heard
it's going to be. I'm sure it's very visually good.
Yeah, I heard it is. Now, Arrival, I was a little disappointed in personally. I know a lot of people loved that movie. I just came away from it feeling it was just okay. I didn't.
Yeah, I kind of came away from it like, huh? And then I watched some things where they were like, they explained what happened. It was okay, I get it, but
yeah,
what?
yeah, it was one of those things where I don't know. I wasn't a big fan. I understand aliens need to look alien, but the aliens look. I don't know. I didn't really care for the design of the alien. It was just the weird, like, giant tentacle monsters.
Yeah. Japan would love those things.
Yeah, they would. I think it was a huge hit over there. They said like the theaters are just cram packed of Japanese girls. I don't know why though.
Those schoolgirls.
But
you girls don't get too close to the screen.
But I could see him making a visually awesome Dune movie.
Yeah, it would be. It'd be very visually good, but
I just want to see a giant sandworm.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just going to be a CGI sandworm.
Don't they ride it though? Doesn't somebody ride it?
Yeah, they're like the whole army rides.
Oh, do they really?
They got like a bunch. They capture a bunch of them and they ride them into the Capitol or whatever. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, but they got they ride the Dune Lords in, and the Dune Lords basically like wipe out the other army.
All right, well that was my bit. I just wanted to ask you about that. So
Yeah,
what's your?
I don't know. I'm not really into Dune.
Well, fine. Just ruin my news story.
No, that's
what's
good.
your next one?
My next one is role-playing games. There's a system that came out from FFG, Fantasy Flight Games. They're the ones who do the Star Wars games that I really like, that I still collect stuff from, even though I'm not playing it. It's called Genesis with the SYS at the end, because nobody knows how to spell Genesis anymore.
Oh yeah, that's the.
But this is actually for generic system, where basically you could take this system. And it's basically a blueprint, like where you can make whatever you wanted to play. Like if you want to play Cyberpunk, you want to play. They have, these are some of the examples they have in there: Cyberpunk, Weird War, which is like World War II with zombies and the occult.
Nice.
So like the Nazis have zombies and stuff like that. I was actually thinking about running something like that, because you might be into that. You'd be like, we're gonna kill zombies.
Give me a
Troy
trench
would be into that because he plays the Call of Duty zombie.
The zombie
thing.
ones, yeah.
I've never gotten into those though.
Yeah, I haven't really either.
And then they have Cthulhu. You could do westerns. You could do modern. You could do like modern police stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You could do superheroes and sci-fi. I'm trying to do a superhero one, but it's hard to figure out how to make characters. Well, they say your stats. 2 of your stats will be your superpower stats. Okay. So like if you're strength, you might have a 3 strength, but actually it's more like 30, something like that, if you have the power in that. But then they have it to where, like, if you roll a specific die and this certain symbol comes up, then you get to roll that die again, because that's your superpower based on that one symbol. So if you have like a super high agility and you're shooting and you get the really good symbol, you get to roll it again and you get to add to your attack. So you can, if you were lucky enough, you could get that symbol over and over and keep rolling that die. And just jack up your ability. But they do have a fantasy source book coming out, which is it's not D&D, it's their own source book, which is cool because I'm kind of interested in that. But then I'm trying to think of how to do powers and builds. Like I'm thinking about, I'll just go through. I was going to do it where like you just do a person, and then I was going to throw a bunch of powers out there you got to pay for, and then you would buy the powers and you'd put them into your character. Or I could just go like, okay, a robot or alien or powered suit, stuff like that, and then like have the powers that you normally see with those, like average powers that you normally see in like powered suit is flight, energy blast, stuff like that, But then have it to where like you start like if you wanted to, and then have powers all separately that you put into these things. So, like, if you wanted to make a Superman character, you could, but it's going to be expensive because you got to put all these points into that stuff. Like, you can't fly and have it be bulletproof and laser beams
all the other
and
stuff goes along with
everything
it.
else. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Be basically indestructible.
Yeah, it's one of the worst characters ever made.
If by worst you mean best,
the worst that Superman cannot fail. He cannot. Yeah. He's got anything he wants at any given time. He can do.
Unless he has to reshoot scenes with a mustache, and then his mouth just looks weird.
That's not his fault. Okay, so real quick story about I was gonna play a World War II superheroes game with these guys this one time. Mm-hmm. They were telling me about a story or a game they did before where like they were the Allies, and it was World War II, but they were the Allies. So the Allies had their own superpowers, but one person from every Allied thing. So like,
oh, okay.
Britain, they had this guy who was like the ace, who was like a flying guy. He could fly by himself, but he didn't need a plane. So he was that's what he was. He was like a flying guy. And then they had a guy from China. What else? Who else was the Allies back then?
Canada,
America, Canada. I think Canada was just the Mountie or something like that. Australia, America. And then they had the Axis powers, which were German, Italy, Italy at the time, and then Japan, of course.
Yeah.
But like and then they were talking about redoing it, and I was like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. And then they were telling me how like man, you can do this, and I think it was one of those things where they're trying to throw me ideas, but I got my own ideas, but they didn't like my idea.
They didn't want to go.
So they didn't want to do it because I was gonna go. Okay, U.S. I'll do United States.
Yeah.
But I think I threw him for a loop because you know what character I was gonna make? Who's a classic symbol during World War II?
The
poster.
Rosie Riveter.
Yeah, and I was gonna make Rosie the Riveter. I was gonna give her super strength.
Oh.
And the way she puts in rivets is just punching them in.
Heck yeah,
it was going to be badass. And they were like, I don't want to play anymore. I was like, why? Because I wanted to make a female character.
They want to play as a girl.
Rosie the Riveter. You wanted me to play Captain America? It's been done. It was dumb.
Maybe if you came in dressed as Rosie the Riveter,
what?
They would have went along with that.
Nah. Because then I get in trouble by
somebody. By bending over constantly without wearing any underwear.
What?
Whoops, sorry, boys.
Why?
Well, it's you. No, that was you.
I was going to say, Rosie the Riveter, probably very feminine. She looks like a badass in that poster.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I was going off that poster because she's that thing where she's flexing. She's like showing her muscle.
Got her shirt rolled up.
Yeah, what do you think about this? I build things. I was like, that's a cool symbol. But then they were like, I don't want to play anymore. Well, this is the same group who are like, we'll get into this in a little while, but they were like murder hobos, basically. Murder hobos are essentially, it depends on the game, but like in D&D, your characters never really have a home. You're just wandering around. Right. So you're hobos. You don't have a place where you live. But these are the kind that go to a town, and then they're like, it's the big problem is this is what generates from video game kids who play video games and then go into Dungeons and Dragons. They think, oh, well, I can just kill anything I want to, and there's going to be no repercussions whatsoever. What happens in Grand Theft Auto? What happens in, like... I've seen people in Elder Scrolls Online attacking the town guards just to kill them. I'm like, going, what's the point of this? It's stupid. If you're so freaking bored, go out there and kill monsters. Go find a dragon, you pussy. It annoys me. But that's like in my games, like, if I was going to deal with any murder hobos, I would have like a task force. Like, basically, they're there. If they'll have town guards. They'll put up the call. But if they get wiped out by the group of characters or something like that, guess who comes in? You might be like level 3 or something like that. Level 15 guys come in, and they're like the best of the best. They come in, and not only do they come in, they don't come in on horses. Fuck that. They come in on dragons.
Oh, heck yeah.
And the dragons shapeshift into their own fighting form. I don't care what level you are. You're not gonna put up against a squad of 20 of these guys who are gonna be like just murder hoboing bounty hunters who hunt these guys down.
Oh, dang.
But these are the same two guys who, like, we were playing Star Wars, and I was trying to get them into the new system. Worst thing, I let them make their own characters at first. And they were like, when they were making their characters, they were like, going, oh, what can I do? I can make this guy. There was an alien species that looks like kind of skeletal, but they can survive in space, like in Zero-G, because they don't have, like, insides and stuff. Like they do, but they're very resistant to get Zero-G or, no atmosphere or whatever like that. So the guy's point was, well, if anything happens to me outside in space, I'll be fine. I'm like going, you think you're going to be outside in space all the time? They were trying to find little... They're the kind of players who... They try to find any little thing they can to get one up on you. Because the way they play, apparently, is the dungeon master or the game master is versus the players. That's not how it's played. No director goes into a movie going, how many of these actors am I going to kill before we get this movie done? That's not how it works. You're all there to make a story together. Mm-hmm. That pisses me off.
Yeah, you're just there to make it interesting.
Yeah, so I had a thing where, like, remember that first Star Wars game you guys played where you were in the cantina, you were running from the Gamorrean guards? I did the same thing. Gamorrean guards ran in. One of the guys ran up on stage and grabbed the Twi'lek dancer and put a gun to her head. And I was like, really? And then I stopped the game right then. I go, I'm not playing this murder hobo shit. I was like going, you guys are heroes. You can be like bad guys with hearts of gold, but you're not going to be these little jackasses running around doing that kind of stuff. And then I think from there they weren't having any fun after that because I ruined their murder hoboing.
Holy crap.
I was like going, well, the way I should have done it, I should have had one of the Gamorreans walk up. They don't care about that Twi'lek girl. They should have just, like, bashed her head in with a cudgel, and they'd be like going, oh, shit, well, now we're in trouble because our hostage didn't work out. They don't give a shit about that hostage. I should have just torn into him. But I'm not the guy who, like, I'm not going to punish you. I should.
Right.
I'm going to have to change my ways or something, but...
Do it, yeah. The next time that happens, you need to just go all balls out.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It was like that. And the time I tried to do a Hoth thing, because I was trying to put the other characters in this and like the Battle of Hoth. You know, have them go and do like have them do a thing where they had to go maybe an ATST attacked an outpost and they have to go and help like that. But one of the guys was like going, "I'm not going to help the rebellion at all. Screw that." And I was like going, and then I swear I sat there speechless for like 15 minutes because I was like, "Why did you come here to play? If you're not." It'd be like, again, this is like, it's like you're throwing a script out there. There's no script though. This is, okay, here's the setup. How are you going to deal with this?
Right.
And he's just like, "I'm not going to do anything." Like, well, you're fired. Get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, bye. I'm like, I can't put up players like that. Not only that, but like when you have like a party of adventurers and there has to be the one guy who's like going, he's going to be the Logan. He's going to be Wolverine. He's not. I don't fit in with others.
Yeah.
Well, get out of here. This is a party of adventurers, not a party of adventurers and the fucking loser kid in the corner with his hood up over his head.
Yeah.
Stupid little bitch. Hate him.
Woo!
I get mad.
Get him, Ryan, get him.
All right, that's it for RPGs.
RPG.
I have 3 others. Most of these can be kind of quick.
Right, let's knock them out.
I'm gonna hit my topics. This actually has to do with this. Anti-heroes are more popular than heroes.
It's right now they are big time, man.
Because it's like
Deadpool and Punisher and all that right now.
Well, not so much that, but I mean in general throughout anything you can think of. Anybody who's not a good person would be a lot more popular than a good person who would be like. I can't think of any examples. Like, well, I got some, but like, I think of like who are the most popular football players who come out, and it's always the ones who are like, you would think it's the guys who they take their time out and help the community and stuff like that. It's not them. It's the guys who beat their wives, or the ones who they get busted on drug charges or shit like that. Like they're oh, what's his face? I mean, I know you have a problem with what's his face, the kneeling guy, Kaepernick. Is that his name?
Colin Kaepernick? Yeah, the one who started that whole crap.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's a whole background to that, but I won't get into it. But like that, he's popular, famous and infamous at the same time.
Yeah.
But I could see, like, I just keep seeing, like, all these... Yeah, again, it is that. It's like, like, with Deadpool is different because he is an anti-hero, but he leans more towards the side of... He would lean more towards the side of good. Because he doesn't go around killing
he doesn't
guys.
do that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And neither does Punisher either.
But then, like, well, man, those guys are a little bit different. Like, they're the anti-heroes that you kind of root for. Yeah. Like, they're the underdog anti-heroes that they're going up against something bigger than they are. That's cool. But then, like, when freaking, the hated bounty hunter, Boba Fett, everyone thinks how cool Boba Fett is. He's not cool. He doesn't do shit. You can go by the books all you want to. You know what? Those books don't count.
What about this giant Boba Fett helmet tattoo I got on my back?
Give me a knife. I'll get that thing off.
No, just kidding. I don't have that.
I'll carve that right off.
But he does have
and then I'll slap it on the wall. Like one of those sticky things.
He does, though, which is the only thing that's ever drawn me to Boba Fett was his armor. He has cool-looking armor.
Yeah, his armor is cool-looking, but when you really look at his armor, all it is, he's wearing coveralls that have some armor, some armored areas. That's all it is. It's like he just bedazzled a uniform.
Like he was working in a auto shop, and he just threw some garbage cans on him.
I mean, some of his stuff is kind of cool, but then you're kind of like going, "You're not original, dude. You got that from your dad."
He's got that cool that symbol. It's like a skull symbol.
It's almost like, I think Dean in Supernatural is cool, but if you really look at Dean, you know who Dean is? Dean's just his dad. That's all he is. He took his car was his dad's, his music was his dad's. Nothing of his is actually original. He's just a copy of what he thinks his father should be like. So that's basically what Boba Fett is.
So he's the Boba Fett of Supernatural.
Yeah, but Dean's cool.
What?
Dean's actually pretty cool. Of those two brothers in that show, I lean more towards Dean because he's also kind of a geek.
Look, he's a killer. I saw the remake of My Bloody Valentine.
Oh yeah,
he's a murderer.
That was a good movie. That movie actually threw me off at the end. I was like, oh my god, he's the bad guy.
That was
spoilers. Who cares? The movie's old.
Yeah. That was actually a good remake.
And then that what's his face? What's his name? The taller dude.
His brother.
His brother.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've seen him in a couple things.
Did you see that one Supernatural after? Well, you don't watch Supernatural.
Yeah, just season 1.
The one after the whole. Oh, there's an example. Anti-heroes. The one after the Walking Dead where the Lucille the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Because that guy, what was his name? Harry.
Oh,
Dean something.
dang it!
It's not Harry Dean Stanton because that's a whole different guy.
Dean. Oh,
but
fudge.
he.
Dean Morgan.
He's the one. That's it.
Is it Harry Dean Morgan or Harry?
I think it's something like that.
Harry Morgan's Deans.
I don't know, but he's the guy who plays what's his face in Walking Dead. Jesus, pause.
We're running.
But then there was a scene where the brothers walk into their lair and Dean throws down the bat with the wrapped in barbed wire and he's like, "Man, Dad loved that thing." It was
Did
awesome.
they really?
Yeah. And then like they were like, "Oh man, this thing really works." And then like they put it down and then like his brother goes, "You got Banshee or something in your hair," and he goes, "Oh yeah," and he picks it out. But the whole thing about the bat. That was their dad's because their dad, that guy who in The Walking Dead played their dad in
he played their dad. Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
That's it.
Harry Dean Morgan.
Well,
Jeffrey.
I keep thinking Harry Dean Stanton.
Somebody was like screaming at us right when we couldn't come up there. Like, it's Jeffrey.
They're going,
thanks, guys.
Their heart exploded.
Oh,
go ahead and comment. Tell us what heaven's like. But that's another example. What's his face in The Walking Dead? That's a character who should be dead after that season.
Yeah.
But they keep keeping him around. That's the guy. After that first episode, I bought the last Walking Dead. I haven't watched it. I stopped watching after they kill what's his face.
Oh, Glenn got his
Glenn, because Glenn was the heart of the. He was the heart of the group. You get rid of the heart of the show, you got nothing left.
I've heard not so good things after that. Not so much that, but I've heard there's been a couple of times that Rick has had the chance to kill him.
Oh yeah,
and they just
keep him around. All
he's
the time.
just drawn. It's nobody's taking the shot to do it, and everybody's like, "What? You're trying to kill this guy? You had the chance. Kill him."
They keep keeping around bad guys. That guy's not a good guy. There's nothing good about him. They keep him around. It's like freaking what's his face from Breaking Bad. I don't care if he was. What was the whole thing? He was.
Oh yeah, he wanted to get money for his family. Yeah.
So he was leaving money for his family. There's better ways to go about that than poisoning and killing other people with your product, because I'm pretty sure that's heroin or meth's not a good thing for you.
No, and take it from me, it's not. It's very addicting.
Your teeth are just falling out.
They are. Just lost another tooth. Sorry.
Stupid teeth. It'd be funny if you just went. Damn it. But they had it's just people who are like they're just liking bad guys. Like,
hey, I'll give you another example too of that. Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah,
those are all bad guy characters.
Yeah, they're bad guy characters. It's weird how they played that off though, because they're essentially just bad guys.
They're coming out with Suicide Squad too.
The funny thing is that what's her name, who's supposed to be the good guy, was the worst of them all.
Which one?
The one who after she was done, she shot everybody who was behind their computers.
That
one lady.
Yeah. I can't remember. Yeah.
She's worse than the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, she was.
Because not only that, but she was like, when it really comes down to it, she was thinking, if I can catch the Enchantress, I can have an army who doesn't feel pain based on that. So but it would come from actual people.
Yeah. So
she would basically sacrifice real people. See, these are just bad people. That not whatsoever. Oh, they're
nobody really good in the movies at all.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, like Star Wars people lean more towards Kylo Ren because he is an interesting character.
Yeah. But
he's a bad guy. Mm-hmm. The guy's he's a spoiled little brat.
Most definitely.
And now he's the
supreme leader.
Now he's the supreme leader. I'm said the chief commander.
But Snoke will be back with robot legs.
Don't tell me that.
I have it on good authority from George Lucas himself.
Yeah.
He did direct the last one, right?
No.
Oh.
George Lucas, maybe he should come back.
Never mind.
No, that was one of the things that Mark guy said. He said that it was Mark and Kevin Smith. They were both saying how kids who are up to the ages of 12 or ages of 10, they have no problems with The Last Jedi or The Force Awakens because that's who it's made for.
Mm-hmm.
They're like you go to these movies because you're a fan or you think you're a fan because some of these people, oh my god, I'm gonna smack them with my dick.
Is this
knock them unconscious?
Is this are we segueing into?
We might have to. Okay. Oh, actually, let's go with it. Okay, anyway, let's go with this real fast. What would you like to see in this last Star Wars movie? No, it's not the last, but the last of this trilogy.
Episode 9.
Yeah, episode 9.
What would I like to see?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I know how it opens. It's going to open with the crawl, and it's going to say Leia.
I think it is
passed because they already said they can't do digital. They can't do digital.
Yeah, I think it is too, and it's kind of a bummer too to kill her off screen like that.
Yeah, we both know the way she should have gone.
Yeah,
out.
and they talked about in Fat Man Batman. Should have been her that light shot the ship through Snoke's ship. Because you had time to change all that because she died in last December.
Yeah. Oh, you had plenty of time to change it.
You had time to go and fix that real quick and give her a bad A. Oh, and also, too, another thing on Fat Man Batman, did you also mention, too, they heard
Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, that would have been awesome, too, man. Admiral Akbar going, it's not a trap.
It should have been Admiral Akbar's visions come. They're like going, what are they doing? And he turns around on him, and Admiral Akbar's his face pops up on a screen. He goes, "It's a trap," and he runs right into him. That'd be badass.
That would have been awesome.
God! And the crowd would cheer as soon as he shot forward.
I would have jumped up, crying and clapping.
Just tears falling.
I would have been. Oh, I love you. That's such a great way.
I want T-shirts with only you on them.
Instead, he got sucked out into space and suffocated.
Yeah, he's just gone.
Poor catfish man.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe he can swim in space.
Maybe.
He swam over another ship.
Ryan's doing like some weird doggy paddle thing through space. But yeah, I do agree with you that they're probably going to kill her off in the crawl, which is the only thing they could do unless they've got extra footage from Last Jedi. They could somehow.
Yeah, but they said they can't use. They're not going to digital.
Right.
They're not going to digitally put her in there because I was already in agreement.
But other than. Oh, what I think it's gonna do. I don't know. You're definitely gonna see Luke as a Force ghost.
Oh yeah. What was the one I saw? There was a GIF when Carrie Fisher died, and it was that scene in Return of the Jedi where it had Ben Kenobi and it had Yoda, and then over on the side you see her appear. It's Leia.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, oh, that's bittersweet.
Well, we had talked too. Let's see, Force Awakens, they kill off Han. Last Jedi, Luke goes.
Yeah, but he didn't kill off. He's not effectively. He's not dead. His body is, but his spirit is still around.
Yeah, and then so the last one, you're technically losing Leia, but as far as on screen.
Well, that's what they were talking about on Fat Man on Batman. Was I thought it was funny how they were mentioning how you're not going to get rid of Chewie. You shouldn't.
No.
Because Chewie could be the link between all the movies. Because they live 500 or 600 or something years
plus,
old. Wookiees are long living.
It's a big furry suit. You just need a tall dude to get
you
into
just
it.
throw anybody in there.
The actor goes.
Really, yeah, that's all you have to do. The droids, it doesn't really matter. Although what I would like to see, and I told you this, 3PO's been getting shit on the last two movies.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they did a thing where, R2's busy, he can't do something. 3PO's like, well, I'll help. So he rushes off, and then he pulls a lever or hits a button or does something to activate the thing that saves the group. Instead of R2 saving the group, this time it's 3PO, but maybe a TIE fighter strafes by and takes out that area. And we've seen 3PO get dashed to pieces before, but now he's dashed to pieces, but then have his head land at the wheels of R2, and then then it's but you see 3PO's head before his head he was whole pretty much. He just got blasted apart somehow.
Yeah,
which kind of makes no sense. But you think a bad fall, he would just fall. He'd fall over the place like Lego pieces. But then you have his head mostly gone, where you look at it and go, oh, there's no way you can repair that. Like 3PO is effectively gone. You could rebuild him, but it's not going to be 3PO.
It's not going to be
anymore.
the 3PO you
Yeah.
knew, yeah.
So he'd be gone. It'd be a nice way for him to go out because he didn't get. They just kind of poked fun at his red arm or whatever like that, and Force Awakens, and then last one they were like, didn't do anything. Luke just kind of gave him a wink and like kind of treated him like you're in my way. I was like going, jeez, let's just all shit on the droid, jeez.
I know what some people think is going to happen. What iconic thing is going to go?
Oh yeah, if the Falcon died.
Yeah, I think that's a good possibility.
Well, it'd be like that scene in Star Trek when the Enterprise got self-destructed, and you're like going, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah,
that's such an iconic ship going down in flames. That was a sweet scene though, and
but
it's
almost like
it's a horrible movie.
In the end of Force Awakens and Last Jedi, it's almost like they're setting up for Rey and Chewie to be the new
they're like
captains of the Falcon. So I don't know. They might they might blow it up, but part of me thinks they're wanting them to
see the problem. Yeah, the problem with blowing it up is you want it in action, so someone's got to be piloting it, and if it goes up in flames, and then like of course you can have it to where like they have split second timing and they get out because the Falcon has escape pods on it. They could take off. But like if you just had it sitting on the ground and it got destroyed that way, you're like going, oh really?
Never stuck. Yeah.
It's like shooting a duck in a barrel or whatever. A duck in a barrel. Wouldn't he be floating? I don't know. You couldn't get anywhere.
That would be easier than shooting a fish in a barrel.
You couldn't get anywhere.
It's a lot bigger.
Oh man. So I think that's all I got on that. Yeah.
But you gonna segue that into your?
Do I have to kill people now?
Last Jedi rant, which I don't know what this is. He didn't.
Okay.
He didn't. I told him not to tell me.
I wanted you to be surprised.
Yeah. So let's hear this.
All right. So January 17th was Kelly Marie Tran's birthday. That's the lady who played Rose Tico, the new character. The mechanic girl.
The girl who tased Finn.
Yeah. So, you see, and it's not like on the StarWars.com or whatever like that, where they're like, the little, because I have those liked on Facebook, so they're like going, hey, happy birthday to Kelly Marie Tran, and the freaking comment section, man, all these little bitches, because that's all they are. Where like these poisonous little comments like these little cunts saying she was the reason the Last Jedi was awful instead of like hey happy birthday good job.
That's what somebody commented.
Good job. Yeah, that's what people were like. They were just like I don't know. It's like these so-called Star Wars fans. You need to sell your toys, erase your memories, and go find something else to shit on. That's what you need to do.
Oh,
you need to stop thinking of Star Wars as yours because it's not yours. The only thing you put towards Star Wars is your money, and that doesn't mean shit to Hollywood. They're like, thanks for the cash. Look, you know what I want to see done? I told this to my supervisor at work. I was like, I want to see the next movie start 30 minutes, just the cast and crew sitting there counting their money.
Oh,
just kind of rubbing it in your face, like. I would sit there, I would just stand up and I'd point at everybody in the theater and go, ha, you're dumb. Because they'd be going, they already got your money. You already paid to get in here. That's it. You're not going to go you can't have your money back.
You're right, because as of today is January 19th.
Yeah.
It has domestically grossed $597 million.
Yep. Guess what, folks?
Worldwide, $1.27 billion.
They're not even going to say thank you. They're going to say
no, they're not.
They're rolling around in your money right now.
They're happy with the way it.
Oh yeah. They don't care. They don't care what story you wanted. Your half-assed bullshit stories. I keep seeing on the internet.
And again, I had my nitpicks with the movie, but overall I enjoyed it.
But you weren't a piece of shit. The rest of these people are.
No, I'm not. Yeah, you're right. I still enjoyed it overall. It was still a fine Star Wars movie, and like you said, it's easy.
Yeah, because you had your nitpicks. I have some of mine. Because as it goes on, I'm kind of going, yeah, okay, I remember that part. But I mean, like, if you went to ask your son, did you like the prequels? He probably does. I'm not really sure.
I'm pretty sure he
like
does.
Them? Because they were out in his time, and then he's got these new movies to look forward to. So these are his too, and. Oh man, I can't wait to see when this Han Solo movie comes out. Ooh boy,
I can't wait to see we should be getting a teaser or something soon. I would think comes out December.
They put out a what do you call it?
They put out that poster.
Yeah, they put out the poster.
Did they put something else out for it?
Which makes me laugh because I still swear that doesn't look like a Star Wars poster.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
But it's like the Rogue One didn't really look like a Star Wars poster either. It was kind of like the in between movies don't really matter, so they don't have to go.
Yeah.
Up
It was
to
still
the
a cool poster.
They don't have the standards the rest of the Star Wars movies have their posters, because they always have that thing where it's the whole crew, up there. And I saw the Last Jedi one. Last Jedi one's weird because it has the whole white and red scheme going on, but I guess it has to do with the planet Crate.
Crate, yeah.
But yeah, I'm just sick of these people, like,
It's the internet era. It's easy to make those comments when you're a nameless, faceless
exactly.
entity.
Can you imagine?
None of those people would ever say that to their face.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't say anything based on what's going on. Like you'd be at school going, that movie sucks," and they'd go, "Shut up, nerd," because that's exactly what happened.
And there's a big difference.
let me tell you, that's what happened back in the day.
There's a big difference between just giving your opinion and just being a douchebag about it.
They're just being douchebags.
Yeah, you don't have they may legitimately not like her character, and that's fine. They don't have to like her character, but you don't have to.
They don't got to shit all over.
No, that's never made sense to me, and it never will make sense to me.
Yeah, it's not like she can read your comments in the first place.
Yeah.
People like me read your comics and get mad, which is fine because that's probably what you want. You want somebody to get mad, but don't put your real name on there because I'll find you one day.
You'll do like the end of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I'd be going, there it is. What'd you say about what's her face? Whack, you're in the face.
I go beat up all those guys.
Oh man.
Which sorry to detour real quick. What do you think about the Jay and Silent Bob reboot? I'm looking forward to that. The fact that they're rebooting, they're making fun of reboots and sequels when they in themselves are the same thing. Kevin Smith's been saying it should be a pretty fun movie.
But I mean, like, what was the thing that I keep going back to because I like those guys a lot. The fat man.
Yeah, that's a good podcast.
But that Mark D was saying how like the Star Wars movies are not good movies, and I was like, what? At first, when as he was explaining them, I was like going, yeah, there's moments where there's like really cool things that awakens your 8-year-old.
Especially when he said on Empire, did you hear the people in the audience going like you heard some people you heard an audible gasp from some people because he's saying this at the what's it called, Scum and Villainy bar,
yeah, I want to go
which is basically a Star Wars bar.
Yeah, I got to see that place someday.
So you have all these Star Wars nerds there, and he says that, and you audibly heard people go like, "How dare you!" But then, like you said, he made some points. Like it's got great moments.
Yeah, it does. I mean, as he was explaining, I was like going, "Yeah, he's right," because he was right to the fact that in A New Hope, you got it 20 minutes in before you meet your protagonist. Yeah. That's the first person you should be meeting in a movie.
And I do agree with him. On Empire, the whole Dagobah thing, Dagobah has always bored me for the most part. It's got its moments.
Yeah, it does. But that whole scene makes me laugh because those movies in general for me are like a callback to it's looking back to my childhood, sitting there and driving home and my dad talking about the doggy bag system because that's what he called
the doggy bag,
and I was like, the doggy bag system, you're weird, Dad.
And I will say this though, I have grown. Like when I was a kid, those scenes like whenever on Empire when they went to Dagobah bored me, and on Return of the Jedi when he went back to Dagobah when Yoda, spoilers, Yoda died. No, that was a sarcastic spoiler.
He was 900 years old.
What did you say? 900
years old. You are not look as good as you will not.
Those bored me, but watching them as an adult, I still find some of the one on Empire a little boring, but I actually enjoy it more. It's almost like you can appreciate some of it a little bit better. You understand what they're doing. As a kid, you're like, well, why is he in this boring spot? There's not really anything going on. You kind of want some of the excitement and all that.
Let's go to the action. Hurry
but as an adult, especially on Return of the Jedi, when he goes back and he's visiting him, and Yoda's getting ready, he's laying in his bed, he's like,
he's getting all comfy.
Yeah, you're like, and I look at that scene, I'm like, man, his little hut looks so cozy. There's a little fire going.
Oh yeah. The funny thing about that hut is, I swear to God, that hut is there's these spider creatures that walk around on what is that place? Dagobah? I just said it. On Dagobah. But they have it looks like one died and Yoda made a home inside of its body. That's what they look like on the outside. They're all knobby looking, where the little windows would be where their eyes were, like in the skull.
It's like he's just living in its exoskeleton.
He's just living in the inside of a dead spider or something like that.
Really? I gotta go back and rewatch that.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, you don't see the spiders. They're only in like the extended universe, that stuff. Which everyone's always like, oh, my stories. You can't take away my stories. Well, we did. Guess what?
Yeah.
We're making new stories. They gave a synopsis of the Han Solo movie or the Solo
they did?
movie.
What's the
Yeah, it's basically how like Han Solo meets Chewbacca and then wins the Millennium Falcon from Lando Calrissian, and I'm like going, we know that already. Why are we going back to visit this? I don't understand it.
Yeah, they're not going to draw. Well, let me say this: there's got to be more than that, because if they end up drawing that out, almost like the Bond movie Casino Royale, where they make a huge thing over the game they play, because there'll be no tension because he wins.
Yeah.
So if they just make it like just maybe like a 15-minute scene in the movie, that might make sense. But
they have a scene when he wins it. Then he's got to have a scene where he does the Kessel Run.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to show him.
The Kessel Run's going to be crazy because it's just nothing but black holes all around each other, and he's got to. That's how he did it, because he had to plan out his hyperspace route. So basically, he cut corners by hitting all these black holes, like basically hitting the event horizon and slingshotting himself forward.
Wouldn't he essentially too be time traveling? Because don't they say that however close you get to a black hole, you actually time goes different for you? I don't know how that worked going light speed.
I'm not sure how that works in Star Wars either, because Star Wars doesn't count as science.
In Star Wars universe, the black holes might not do that.
I think that's all I have, other than the last thing here about upcoming, because you and that virtual reality thing. Because last time we talked, Nathan showed me the virtual reality thing. The next day, I went out and got one.
Yeah, he did. It was funny too. PSVR, right? He texted me. He's like, oh, they don't have it on sale right now. He's like, it's this much. I'm gonna wait. And then you texted me later in the day, and you went, well, I got it.
Well, because I went to Best Buy, and I was like, they got it. And I went back home, and I went, okay. I looked at my Best Buy card, how much I had left. And I was like, I'll take $300 and put it on the thing, and I'll take $1,000 out of one of my Visa cards. Not $1,000, Jesus.
I was about to say, what all did you buy?
I bought everything. I am a VR helmet. But I bought that, and I bought 2 games. Funny thing is, because I went to GameStop to see if they had anything, but everything they already had back at Best Buy. So I just went back to Best Buy and just bought a couple. I bought a couple games. I still want to get. I'll go over that. Upcoming VR games, because I've been looking to see what's coming out. Because, like I said, I don't want this to be like the I can't remember. Yeah, the Kinect. I can't remember the name of this stupid thing. The Kinect, where like they go, hey, we put some games out there and we're done.
Yeah.
No more games for the Kinect. You're like, wow, okay. What was the point of making one then if you're not going to use it? So the VR games, there's one called Bravo Team coming out.
Yeah, that looks
which
good.
Is a shooter. Looks pretty good.
Yep.
The problem with some of the VR stuff is the graphics are like it's almost like you're playing PS1 graphics.
Yeah, the graphics don't look as good, especially through the VR helmet. It doesn't look as good as if somebody's watching you play it from the outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I
think we still you still got to mess around and adjust the headset.
Yeah, Bravo Team looks good.
That's not out yet, but it's supposed to be coming out. Doom, which is already out.
I haven't played it though for VR.
Yeah, I want to see.
I've heard it's pretty fun.
I want to see what it looks like. There's one I played the demo and I really like this game. That one called Moss.
That is fun.
And it's about Quill, a young female mouse who goes off on an adventure. And like I just remember the scene where you see a snake in the background kind of real quick, and she's kind of timid. She's like, but she's got a sword and a little backpack. It's adorable. I remember the part like fighting these little crabs, and then her getting hit, and then I went and picked her up, and as I picked her up, I was healing her, and she was like,
I didn't even know you could pick her up. I didn't even try that.
Yeah, she put her hand on one of my fingers in the game, and then she raised her sword like that, and I was
cool.
like, that's adorable. But then the whole thing where you can move things around inside the game with your hands, and then the part at the end of the demo is that Snake is in the shadows, and he or I guess it's a he, but it comes up like it's going to strike at her. Mm-hmm. And there's a moment there where what's her name, Quill? She's has her sword and she's like squatting in a fighting position, and she looks at you and nods like, "We got this." And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
You're like, "Yeah, let's go, little mouse."
Yeah, let's do it. I'll grab a snake and choke his ass. But that game looks like it's going to be fun. There's another one called Star Child. It's okay, but it seems more like you're just running left to right. Like that other one, you seem like you were moving around. More
you are,
3D,
yeah. It's kind of more of a 3D world.
Yeah. And this other one was like you're just running, running
like
from left to right. Yeah, it's a side scroller. But there was some pretty cool scenes in there.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls VR. I've been playing that. Right now I'm playing as an archer because I like to I do have a sword and shield, but I usually just stick with the
That
bow.
was the one that got me feeling a little nauseous. But I don't think
Are you standing up when you play?
I was. Yeah, I was. But I'll tell you what I think got me nauseous. I don't think it was the VR. I don't think I was getting motion sick.
Yeah.
It was like I said. For me. Even
It's
after
the way it
adjusting,
moves.
it's a
weird.
little blurry
Yeah.
a little bit, and I think it was my eyes were constantly trying to focus, and they couldn't, and
Okay.
I think that messed with my head because I played it for about half hour, and I took it off because I was like, that's kind of giving me a headache, and it stayed with me for a good 15, 20 minutes. I just sit down on the couch. I was like, oh, I feel kind of nauseous.
Man, I get in that thing and play. I'm just lost. Like I got in there one time. It was like 9, and I started playing, and then I was like 12:30.
Holy crap!
But it was weird because I was like, of course, my first character I played was a female character that I've been playing. But then I was like, nah, I should have made a male because there's other characters. Like I became a Thane, which is like a follower of the king. He's not a king though. He's kind of like he's a jarl, which is I guess is Viking for king or a chieftain or something like that.
Right.
But I became one of his like lieutenants, and then he gave me like a person to run around with me, and I'm like, oh man, she's really attractive. If I made myself a male, then I'm gonna date my bodyguard. But I was like, I was just running around using the bow because they could start running at me and guys will come around the corner. I'll just like quick draw, and I got one person. Oh, it was horrible. They were running down these stairs, and I got him right in the neck, like right straight in the Adam's apple. I was like, oh my god,
nice.
Yeah. And there was another one where this girl ran around the corner, and I went, oh, and she had a sword and shield, but she had her sword just up to where her eyes were. And I did a quick shot, and I went right into her eye socket. And I was like, "Oh God!" She's just laying there, and I'm like going, I kind of get all quivery, like, ugh, that's gross. I gotta get my arrow back.
Pulled her out, shake her eyeball off.
Yeah, get out of their eyeball. But those giants are scary. I fought giants. I fought woolly mammoths because I had to get a mammoth tusk for something.
Oh, how do the woolly mammoths look in VR?
They're crazy when they're running at you. You're like, oh, that thing's way too big. And you're trying to run away, and you got to run away. Well, with the arrow, it's easier because you just
run away.
You just train them. You run, and then while they're running up, you fire a bunch of shots and you run some more. But I don't know. Like, I want to try it again on with two-handed weapon, like a two-handed sword.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to like block blows and stuff like that. And then I want to try as just
cool.
a mage where I use spells and nothing
Yeah,
else.
I've heard the mage stuff's really really fun to do with the motion controller.
And then it's the game Super Hot. You've probably seen this. Super Hot's the
Oh
one
yeah, I've
where
heard that's a lot of fun.
You move and then time. Whenever you move, time moves. So if you stand still, time freezes.
Yeah.
But there's like things where like, what's the game? The London Heist.
Heist.
I got an achievement where the second time I played it through. They have that gun that only has the one bullet in it, and they're wrestling, and it flies through the air. I grabbed the gun in the air.
Did you catch it in midair?
Yeah, I caught it in midair.
Oh,
I got
nice.
an achievement for that because it was very action movie kind of thing.
Well, those guys, the team behind London Heist is coming out with one.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, a full length game.
Okay, good.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's supposed to be out this year.
That game was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That one dude in your face is very intimidating.
Yeah, that big dude.
Yeah. But then I played the one where I shot one dude, and you were like, "Why'd you shoot him?" And I was like, "Going because I was just in a car getting shot at with the other dude."
Yeah, because you would come in late, you didn't see where the other guy was beating.
Yeah,
up.
he had a burner, a flame in my face and stuff like that. And then like I was like, "Well, I've been running around with this guy, so I think he's my buddy." Which actually, if you really look at it, he is kind of more your buddy, even though he was threatening you, trying to get that diamond. Mm-hmm. Spoilers. The diamond if you kill the one dude, the guy with the snake skins or whatever like that, you kill him, you both get the diamond. But if you kill the other dude like I did, because I shot him right in the forehead, and he had this surprised look on his face.
The big
and I was
guy?
I was like, oh my god. But then like the other guy was like going, he was like, good job or something like that. And then he was like, well, let's get out of here. And he goes, by the way, where's my diamond? And I'm like going, damn it, because I was like, so you have to give the diamond to him because that was his diamond. But you made partner or whatever with him, so
yeah, you made.
But I'm like, damn, I should have just kept the other dude around, even though he was more of a bruiser or whatever.
Yeah. That was like now when you played the full all through when you had it yourself.
Yeah.
Did you pick up the cigar?
Yeah, I did.
Did you breathe in and hear it?
Oh, I did that. I lit it. I lit his cigarette.
And when you blew, did you blow the smoke out? Watch it go on the screen.
Oh no, I didn't do
You
that.
yeah, if you grab it and you hold it up to your mouth and you actually suck
You go,
in.
Oh, I tried that. I guess they had to hear me do it.
It must have had to hear you, and then you go. And you watch. You can move your head and you watch the smoke. Like that.
Cool,
it's
man.
really odd. It is pretty funny though.
I did that thing where I was going through it took me forever on the desk to try to figure out what to make it work.
I never could. I just got in a big shootout.
Oh really?
I couldn't figure out how to get in that safe.
Because there's those 2 urns.
Yeah.
And one's laying down there with a little light. You're supposed to take that urn and put it up on top, and then this little secret compartment opens up that has the code to punch into the thing.
Oh, okay. I just ended up. I didn't know what to do in that part. So when the security guard came back for like the umpteenth time,
you started
I just
shooting
started shooting him.
Did you get the diamond out of there? That was the whole point of that. You're supposed to get the diamond.
I don't think I ever did get the diamond. I just got in a shootout, and then it went to the next cutscene. So I must have gotten it during the cutscene. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Super Hot's the one where it's like stick figures basically.
Yeah, they're all red.
They're man shaped,
like
but
polygonal looking.
Yeah, but you can run around in there and do like action movie stuff, like you pick stuff up off of the table and throw it like a knife, and then have a gun, and then you can like go guns akimbo. And
I wish I'd have got that
when
when the PlayStation had their big Christmas sale.
Oh, was it?
It was on sale, yeah, but I didn't get it. I bought a bunch of games, but I didn't get that one. Wish I would have.
So that's what I have for what's coming out. Games I want. You might have some ideas of some games you want. First of all, I want a game. I want a Tron game. This is the perfect environment for a Tron game.
On VR?
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah!
Because you could have light cycles, or imagine moving or driving light cycle going straight. Because you know you can only go like in degrees. You can't unless you get off the grid, then you can move around however you want to. Yeah. But if you were on the grid like driving, you could look around as you're doing a straight line. Imagine if you're remember the scene in the original Tron where they were like, let's put him let's get him into the maze, and they took Flynn and they put him in, like, they made the light walls, but they were like where it was like sharp corners, like a maze, like he had to find his way through because otherwise he was gonna hit the wall and die. But he finds his way through. But it's really quick, and you're like going, oh my god, it's really tense. But he makes it through. But that scene would be sweet, especially if you're like in that perspective, going, holy shit,
yeah.
which way's right, which way's left, and you got to like figure it out immediately. But you could have like
adrenaline rush on that.
You could run around. You could run around after you break off the grid. You run around. You could get in the tanks. You could fly the recognizers, those giant leg things or whatever like that. You can run around. You're gonna run around and like in that ball game or whatever that's called.
Oh yeah.
With the head. Oh man, that game is awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a perfect place for a Tron game.
Yeah, I was gonna say the VR. Yeah, the Tron would fit perfect in the VR world.
And then you like go to take off your helmet and it's not there because you're really in Tron.
No,
oh my god, what happened?
That weird electronic scream.
That weird, yeah. When you de-res. Yeah. Another one would be I need a Mech Warrior game.
Yeah, that would be.
Because what was that game I used to play? Chrome Hounds?
Chrome
oh my god,
Hounds,
was
yeah.
it?
Chrome Hounds. You got it.
I remember the name.
You did.
Holy crap. But remember
Hounds.
that the one time I played online, you were watching me play.
Yeah.
And that guy was up on a hill and he was sniping at people from his mech. And I went around.
Yeah, you took your time, went all
the way
around.
Went around, went up the hill, got up right behind him, let him have everything.
Yeah, you just unloaded all of your weapons at
then
once.
That guy got obliterated. But I was like, oh, that was so much fun. But
that was.
in a VR headset, walking around like that, especially
awesome.
if it was like Battlezone where you were in the cockpit.
Yeah.
So you can't like look around and look with the head of the mech. You should be inside the mech. Mm-hmm. Using the cameras from what you can see from your perspective. Yeah. And as you take damage, maybe you get straight for the machine gun and like armor piercing rounds, and like the cockpit you're in, maybe a couple holes of letting daylight in. And you're like, oh my god, they almost got me.
That would be pretty cool. You see the shine, the light beams.
Oh
coming
yeah,
in
you're like
from
going and like as you're playing, like maybe if you start taking damage. Like smoke starts rising up, like filtering in the cockpit. Oh, it would be so perfect.
That would be perfect.
Because you'd be like, "Oh man, I'm really taking hits here. I gotta get out of here."
Yeah, somebody's got to be working on a game. Oh,
that'd be awesome. Because you'd have all kinds of like, not only that, but give me a Mech Warrior game, but then where not only can you, if you play online, you could run around as all kinds of stuff. You could run around like a foot soldier. With like rocket launchers to do damage to the mechs, and then you got to worry about other guys and tanks and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
build your rank so as your rank goes up, you get access to more things. Like then you get like jeeps, then you get tanks, then you can get like smaller mechs, then you get the big mechs.
It would be cool to just even to replay games like War Thunder in VR.
Oh yeah.
If they could, so you're inside the tank and you got to do
maybe
all
not
those.
War Thunder.
Well, that style, like just I would like a really good, realistic World War II, either tank or like when you're in the cockpit of a P-57 or something like that.
Yeah, there's that one game coming out, but it's like it's jets. I'm not really
Ace
into
Combat's
jets.
coming out.
Yeah,
with
because
VR.
jets are always about firing rockets.
Yeah, it's just getting
never
the
really
lock
about
on and-
yeah, it's never really about your machine guns.
Yeah, for the most part, it's not. Yeah,
Ooh, yeah, World War II one where you're flying.
Yeah,
behind-
heck yeah.
Oh, that'd be badass.
you can be part of the RAF or
Oh yeah, you can be part of the Navy and you get to fly one of my favorite planes, the
Corsair.
Corsairs. Only reason I like
fun.
those planes is because of the wings.
Yeah, they did have a cool.
How it's
wing
almost
design.
like a W, like a flying W. Like we won, already winning.
Yep. Oh heck yeah, you can do a PSVR game based totally on the Pacific Theater.
Oh yeah, you could do all Yeah, they could do all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. The last one, you might laugh at this. I think your son would love this one. Earth Defense Force.
Oh, he would love that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Because imagine you're running around as a little foot soldier, giant ants running at
Ants,
you, or giant spiders, or giant robots.
Yeah.
But you have you have the gun.
He would love
I
that.
need-
That would be fun.
I need to buy that, by the way. That gun, that whatever that's called. The one that's like a rifle for the controller. The one you have
The
downstairs.
aim controller
Or
upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the
Downstairs.
VR.
What's downstairs?
Yeah, a bunch of craps down there. Yeah, the aim controller. Yeah, that's very cool. Did you ever play? You played Farpoint on that, right?
Yeah, I
With
played the
aim
one where
control?
I had to run around and there was like crazy
Weird
bugs or
creatures.
whatever.
Yeah.
I played that one.
Yeah, I think
But yeah,
Dune. I
that's-
don't know if Dune.
That's all I
was-
can really think of for other games I want. I mean, like, there's so many. You could go back through and think of like, there's a racing game coming out, but I'm like, I want a game like, just racing games in general. I don't really care for because it's just racing. But like the ones like full auto stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Or what was the one where was it Burnout? God damn.
Burnout Paradise City was
Can
the
never-
one with all
Burnout,
those cool.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
But the one where you would drive and you'd put a guy into a wall and it would like do the camera angle where like it shows you driving by in slow motion and you see that guy going
Yeah.
in
Was that?
slow motion.
What was it?
I think that was Burnout.
Was that Burnout?
I think it was.
Yeah, I think you may be right.
Because they used to, that may have been full auto because they used to do it where like I would machine gun a dude and he would just go,
It would go slow mo.
Yeah, and then it would go slow motion
Oh,
as he goes pinwheeling over me. I'm like,
Oh.
so long, sucker.
It's been so long since I played those games.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
I don't know why that game didn't continue. That was a
might be
really
coming
good
back.
game. Yeah, that's what I
that
got.
it? We're sitting at about an hour 42.
That's perfect.
I'm not going to do much cutting on this. I have a couple of the stop times when we had to stop to do stuff. I'll cut that out. Now, do you want to roll? Or,
Yeah, you want me to roll or do you want to?
Or do we want? Yeah, go ahead and roll.
All right. You know what? I'm going to let you roll.
Oh, I get to roll.
It's a first, folks.
Oh, I can't believe this. All right, here we go. 3,
There we
2,
go.
1.
12. Music, 90s.
Holy
oh,
crap.
that's nice.
All right then.
That's going to be a good one.
90s music.
When are we doing this?
Crap.
Because we have the time to look up stuff.
I know. That's gonna take some prep work.
Yeah.
Because we usually try to.
How old was Paul in the 90s?
He was just a baby. No, he's just a few years younger than me, right?
Is he?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
But I think he's big on the 90s stuff anyway. Because he loves Pearl Jam, doesn't he?
He likes Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains.
Because his mom and his dad like Alice in Chains.
What I might throw up right now, but what I might say is, let's save the 90s one for a couple weeks out. We'll try to get Paul.
Yeah, so we can get some lists and stuff going.
Yeah, and then maybe if you want, we can.
Most of my 90s stuff would have to do with early 90s. Is I got into Faith No More, and then I got into White Zombie, and then most of my 90s was White Zombie, but then of course the grunge stuff.
Right.
So, and then a lot of my 90s was spent in the Navy, so we were out there, overseas, hearing stuff.
Because what I was thinking, what we could do then is hold that off for a couple weeks. And we got this episode. This is kind of long, and then if you want, we'll grab a bite to eat. We'll come back and we'll just record a short episode to tie it in between.
Okay.
And
on what?
I don't know. We'll make it a mystery episode for next week. So this is the Geeks-a-Newsing will be for this weekend, and then we'll have a mystery episode for next week, and then the following week we'll do 90s music.
Okay. I just
Top-
rolled a 5 to see what I would get.
What was it?
Sci-fi, aliens, Terminators, and other worldly things.
Okay.
Which is research. A lot of the stuff is
Yeah.
research.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like we should roll 2 at a time.
Yeah, maybe.
So I mean, we could do 90s and then sci-fi. Record those and then we'll just do a mystery episode. We'll keep it short, maybe half
All
hour,
right,
45
I'm
minutes.
curious to see what you want to do for mystery episode, so surprise me.
Yeah.
Surprise me.
We'll figure it out. But you can email us at geeksamusing@gmail.com, facebook.com/geeksamusing. And we're eventually just going to take this strictly to YouTube probably at some point, and that's just search us Geeks-a-Musing. And you can see our right now. I throw the audio up there, and it's just a picture of me and Ryan. But yeah, that's it. That was our Geeks-a-Newsing episode. So for Geeks-a-Musing, this is Nathan.
This is Ryan. Be a geek, be a nerd, but do not be a dork.